Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. Before we talk about the Kings versus Toronto Raptors preseason game, we had to say that on October 22nd, during the first game of the NBA season for the Sacramento Kings, we are hosting our 6th Sacramento Kings Trivia Night. So come to Mojo's local tavern kitchen, hang out with the boys, get a team together, play trivia, and watch the game and root on the team. Let's go. Back to the pod. We are recording this right after the Kings' first preseason game. It is so good to have the boys back in studio. My God, what a game that was on many different levels. Do you want to start with the good? Do you want to start with the bad? Where do you guys want to start?
Let's just start the beginning.
Okay.
From the jump.
I will say this. Me and RT were watching the game together and we're like, there was a lot of excitement. Everything they were talking about in preseason, in training camp, we saw it in the first 5 minutes. So I think I saw a good amount of great things happening. For example, Keegan Murray in the very beginning. We're talking about just in the beginning of the game. We know how the rest of the game looked. But in the very beginning, Keegan Murray actually looked aggressive. And he looked like he was actually one of the focal points in the offense. RT, what did you see with Keegan Murray?
He looked aggressive. There was a play where he was coming downhill and just used all of his strength and got a really cool big dunk out of it too. So, even when he was getting a lot of shots up, it was a lot of dribble penetration that you saw. So we're seeing a lot. We saw a really aggressive Keegan, especially in that first quarter. And I think if Keegan is that aggressive, it opens up so much for that offense, not only just for him, but also for other teammates like Sabonis cutting off a pick and roll, opens up stuff for Zach LaVine, Dennis Schroeder for open three. So him being aggressive allows him to really be also a really good playmaker when it comes to scoring and facilitating.
Very well said. Yeah, Keegan Murray, I was shocked. I was like, this is potentially, this is a huge year for Keegan Murray. We are having a little bit of a back and forth about Keegan Murray. Johnny, would you like to chime in about Keegan Murray? You could talk about it in the beginning of the game, or you could talk about what you were telling us.
I'm just, we love Keegan's energy. We're glad, he's showing that. That's what we need. That's what we've seen from him. He brought it defensively. He had great rebounding. Fortunately ended with 6 points, but I agree with the guys. You love that he's looking for his own shot. That's what we need him to do. He needs to improve his dribbling, his isolation buckets, and he just needs to see the ball go in. It didn't tonight, but you can't get discouraged on nights like that. So I love the aggression, but he's on Jag alert. And for those at home that don't know what a Jag is, Max Kellerman made it famous on First Take. Jag stands for just a guy. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad player or anything like that, but when you're picked 4th overall, I think you have a certain level of potential and expectations that come with that. And as Kings fans, we think very highly of Keegan. We want him to be an all-star if he's capable, or just, average 17 to 20 points a game on good efficiency, kind of like he did in his second year where he was averaging 15 around on 40% shooting. But this is obviously a contract year. But he's on Jag alert, and I'm saying that until he proves me wrong. And that's not saying he's a bad player, but what is his ceiling, right? Is he going to be a multi-time all-star? Is he going to be a all-star? Is he going to win a most improved? Is he going to leave his mark on this Kings team? Or is he just going to be a guy that stands in the corner, hustles, does great rebounding, does everything you need like a Josh Hart? Or
excellent defense.
Excellent defense. And I want to reiterate, a Jag is not a bad player. It's just a guy. It's just a role player on your team that produces. But I think all of us want Keegan to produce more, and we want him to reach that next level. And this is the year where he does it. If he wants to get paid, if he wants to get paid like, Jabari Smith Jr. and all the people from his draft class, this is the year where Keegan proves that he's not just a guy, he's an all-star. And I believe in him. Am I encouraged necessarily after tonight? I wouldn't say the needle's moved, on my opinion. He looked good. I'm glad he's searching for a shot. Till they go in, I'm not going to be swayed too much. So Keegan is on Jag alert for me, and I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful that he gets better this year.
And to clarify, by the way, everybody, when he says Jag, it's also not the Jacksonville Jaguars either. So
no.
He's not talking about Jaguar the car.
I made it clear. Jag is just a guy. He's a great role player, good person for your team, but I think when we drafted Keegan 4th overall, we expect him to be a cornerstone face of this franchise, right? With Sabonis, with Fox, the three-headed monster originally. Now Sabonis out of the picture and aging DeRozan. Levine's still a really good scorer, but he still has a chance to step up and be a good role player, even with all those offensive pieces. So I think we're set up for Keegan to be more aggressive. We're hopeful that he's isolating more and doing more on offense, and we saw that tonight. But yeah, he's on Jaguar until he can really show that he's improved offensively.
So after you guys heard that, leave in the comments how you feel about Keegan Murray, because I want to hear what the fan base thinks, because I know there's so many people that love Keegan Murray. I would like to say I'm up there with that.
I'm up there too,
but
I'm not saying I don't like him.
No, but Johnny, there's a huge portion of the fan base that does not think Keegan Murray will get past. They'll think he'll be a Jag.
Right.
And
if he keeps, yeah.
But there's also a lot of people that think, Keegan Murray has these aspirations of being most improved player of the year. We were talking about, what do you think he would have to do to become that? Be the same person on defense. He averaged 12 points per game last year. We'll break it down. 12 points per game the first season, 15 the second year, 12 again. In order to get most improved, he has to be 18.
19 to 20.
Yeah. Close to 20.
Damn near 21 points per game. Have consideration.
But then this brought up the conversation. I'm like, Johnny, how do you expect Keegan Murray to average close to 20 points per game when he's still the fourth option because of roster construction with Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis, now Schroeder, we got Malik. There's so many people.
It's pretty simple. Sabonis scores less. DeRozan scores a bit less. Levine's going to get his numbers. DeRozan's 36 years old. Keegan's in his 4th year. Keegan's supposed to be hitting his prime. That's when the torch is usually passed, right? So, I think it's more than possible, this roster constructor, that he can get 18 to 20, but more importantly, impact winning with those numbers. Not just get 18 and 20 and have the same record that we did last year, but be more impactful, play that defense that we saw last year, do those rebounding, have those, that defensive effort that we saw, and then average more scoring on higher efficiency.
I think the thing is the entire fan base wants the torch to be passed, but do the players, are they ready to do that? That's why I'm fighting back with you, because I'm like, DeRozan, maybe in today's game because it's a preseason game and the points don't, add to his career total, but today he was passive. Is he going to be passive in the regular season?
I don't think so.
So that's what I'm just saying. He's not ready to give the torch.
But we saw this last year. Keegan still has his opportunities to score. He just chooses not to because he doesn't think of himself as an isolation player, right? He said in the offseason he's working on his ball handling, which he should. But dude, they're giving him offensive chances to score. And with how bad our defense is, this team needs to score a lot on a nightly basis if we're going to win games. So I would partially disagree with you there, where Keegan has had opportunities to score with this roster is constructed, and I think he still can.
I do think they are giving him the green light for that. I know Doug Christie, everyone's saying, Keegan, be more aggressive. We did see it today. We saw it in the beginning. I don't know how many shots he took. I didn't write it down, but he did chuck up a lot of shots. Only ended up with 6 points in 25 minutes. But I'm a big Keegan lover. I'll say it with my chest. We want him. We want him to take that leap more than anything. So
I have a T-shirt with 40 of his faces on it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm wearing my Keegan Murray shirt right here. So yeah.
Keegan Murray's my pillow. I sleep with him every night. But on to the next topic.
Yeah.
We could talk about Keegan all night.
Keegan's on Jag Alert.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
saying.
So let us know what you think about that. Okay. On to the next. Sabonis right away. He showed that quick release right away from 3. I think that thing went up so fast. Okay. Last season when he'd get the ball and he would square up, I'm like, it's going in every time because he lines the seams. This right away, he shot that thing like it was a hot potato.
Yeah, and both attempts he didn't need to do it. It's not like they were playing him close. So, yeah, sorry to interrupt, but I don't know if that's literally a necessary fix for him. Especially the way he shot it last year. But if they do play him tighter, then yeah, I think he'll have to. Yeah,
I think that's the goal, is that he thinks that since he shot a high percentage last season, that people are going to play up on him. He's going to get that shot off earlier. But I feel like he only needs to do it when the opportunity presents itself, because he was wide open. I would have loved to see him take his sweet time like he used to do. But then he chucked that thing up, and if it went in, it would have been a different story. But Sabonis, he wants to shoot around 5-6 threes a game. RT, what do you think about Sabonis?
I think the biggest thing, though, when you watched it in the game, it was more so game speed, because when you are getting that off-season training and you are working on that shot, you want to try and get that off-season. You want to get that game speed going, and I think that's why Sabonis was taking those shots a lot quicker. Because again, like you guys mentioned earlier, his flow, you were really practicing game speed. Last year, I think that even though the game did slow down in that particular area for him, where he was lining up the seams, taking his time, making sure his feet are set, he has got to be at a point now where you kind of have to look at Jokic, right? Jokic kind of had that similar aspect where he took his time, lined up the seams, and he made 40% last year from three while he was producing insane numbers.
I think that's yeah.
But I think I think Sabonis is trying to figure out hey, I'm shot over 40%. If I'm able to really focus on getting a quicker release, because the shots did look good. They weren't awful. But it's just more of just trying to really focus on the consistency. And like you mentioned earlier, Christo, it's all about just letting that flow come to you. You can't just, it's one thing if it's 1 second left on the shot clock, obviously, but both shots were probably 10, 11 seconds on the shot clock. So when we look at the offensive style of Sabonis, I think that's a huge thing where if it's there, he can take his time to line up. But if he's getting covered pretty well, then that's when you go and get that quick release.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it in the beginning of the game, it was just it kind of took me back. I'm like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. It was a shock factor.
He said he was working on it, so I'm glad that he's implementing it. But
yeah,
another thing about Sabonis that was huge, I think, was he even mentioned this in the training camp and media day, how he's going to be implemented differently. I saw a lot of Sabonis ISO from the 3-point line, backing his defender down from the 3-point line all the way, and he kind of developed. His interior game has always been great, but seeing Sabonis back down, I forget who the center was on Toronto tonight because it was a filler piece, but he was backing him down and kind of giving him the work multiple times from the 3-point line all the way down. So I thought that was encouraging to see.
It's pretty interesting. You compared the Jokic shooting with Sabonis' shooting. Look at Jokic's release. It's very slow, very methodical, and he gets it off. So I know he's got a couple inches on Domas, maybe an inch and a half, so that's a little bit easier to say. But if it's not broke, don't fix it. And and I think you make a change once teams are playing you so tight. But even Jokic is able to get the shot off with a lot of time, and everyone knows he's a solid 3-point shooter. So I don't know. I need to see the shot go in more for me to be happy about it. But so far, I don't. It's hard. It's hard to like it right now.
I think once a three is made, then you can kind of judge that based off where he got his shot off and how he did it. But until then, you want to try and continue making those threes because you're a player in the league. And second of all, you're also really focusing on other aspects of that as well. So again, if Sabonis is able to consistently make that with his new shot, great. I'll take it all day.
Yeah. We'll see. Sabonis did what he normally does. He finished with 19 points. Didn't rebound as much as he normally does, but he was looking to score. And in a preseason game, Sabonis played almost to the end of the third quarter. So Sabonis, I think we're going to see a very similar Sabonis as we're very accustomed to.
I agree.
Let's talk about when Sabonis got subbed out. Drew Eubanks. Man. He made his mark on the floor tonight. I think defensively he was a machine. He had multiple blocks. Right when he got subbed in, 2 big blocks. He caught. It led into a fast break and he had a nice dunk. I think Drew Eubanks, he definitely won the fans over tonight, but not as much as someone else that we're going to save. At the
very end. Oh, man. But yeah, I like Drew.
Let's talk about Drew.
Yeah, I liked Drew's game tonight. I think that one of the biggest things that you saw was him being very aggressive on the defensive front. And it was definitely a really improvement because, again, there's not really a lot of tape that a lot of Kings fans really have on Drew Eubanks because, to be frankly honest, there's not a lot, but
real ball knowers know.
Real ball knowers know, yeah. So, those that watched the Clippers last year and saw Drew Eubanks, you saw some stuff. But I was very impressed by Drew Eubanks in the minutes they had tonight. I thought he did a really good job of rotating defensively. I also noticed that he was picking the correct lanes that he was going in fast breaks to. That fast break dunk, he was taking over that middle lane and just making sure it's correct. So he's really good at filling in the correct lanes too. So when you have a guy that can really be a really good be a part of that rotation and then be able to know their spots correctly on a fast break, that really opens up your offense a lot more because the offense will play fast. Dennis Schroeder will
And
play
that's why I
fast.
think Jonas is gone now.
Yeah.
Because he's a fast backup center. I was really surprised at how quick he is.
Yeah,
So
he stuffed the stat sheet in 13 minutes. He had 4 rebounds, 3 blocks, like you said, in only 13 minutes, which is huge. But yeah, he's a lot different.
13 minutes.
Only 13 minutes, yeah.
Effective 13 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, the fact that you're able to make your mark and we're able to remember you after 30 minutes is good. But yeah, he brings a different element that Jonas brought, because although Jonas thought he had an outside shot, it wasn't reliable, right? Drew actually has a very reliable jump shot, 3-point shot, but he's still able to protect the paint, right? We're seeing that with 4 rebounds. How many blocks did he have? 3 blocks, like I said.
That's what was most impressive to me.
The fact that he's able to space the floor better than Jonas and still give us paint protection, I think is going to be huge. And he's obviously younger than Jonas as well. So yeah, encouraged from what I saw from Drew.
Me too.
And yeah, although we love Max, but go tear it up in the G League, right? If Drew's going to eat out your minutes, if we do want to play more, but we might still need him.
Well, yeah, and not to, I'll kind of add on to, I mean, you talk about Max going to the G League. A lot of second rounders are pretty much go to the G League anyways, too. So I think this team is going to really start off, especially with Drew Eubanks as their backup big. And honestly, I'm cool with it. I think it's
very cool.
I'm very cool with it, too. So I think that's a good backup big for them right now. So will it be the same in March and April? We'll see. But if Drew Eubanks continues to play really well, I have no problem with him being the backup big for the entire year.
I well said. I think Drew Eubanks proved tonight that he's very worthy of the backup big spot until proven otherwise. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Zach LaVine, because Zach LaVine only played the first half. He saw him in his nice, cool designer street clothes from third quarter on. He was looking great sitting on the bench, but he was looking better on the offensive side and, very shockingly, the defensive side. We've been hearing rumblings with all the reports from training camp that Zach LaVine is a surprise on defense. Like, he's actually in year 12. Our friend Alex Warmold said a year 12 Zach LaVine defensive jump. I don't see it happening, but I don't know.
Shout out to my twin, though.
It does look like Zach LaVine is actually trying to, make an impact on the defensive end. Finally, right away in the first quarter, Zach LaVine did not get blown by. And I'm like, RT, did you see that? I'm like, Zach LaVine stood his ground in front of an offensive player. It was great to see. And then, on the offensive end, Zach LaVine did what he does. 16 points. He was kind of carrying the load. Beautiful from 3.
Yeah. He caught fire. He caught fire.
But defense, let's talk about that.
I said it the last time we were all together, is Zach LaVine's defense is going to be crucial for this team, right? We all know what he could bring on offense. He's going to guard a hell of a lot better players than Emmanuel Quickley and Grady Dick, but we're glad that the signs are showing that he's actually giving effort to that. So I hope we see it in the regular season.
Yeah, his defense improved. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, right? There was a play where coming off an offensive rebound where Zach LaVine lost his man and was trying to scramble, finding his man, and it led to an open 3. But there are signs of improvement, right? That he is trying to improve that in his side of the defensive game. Again, he is 31, right? 31 years old. So 31 years old. So that's a guy that is supposed to be pretty much your vocal leader, your oldest, kind of your biggest old star of your team. That's got to be a guy that has to represent you offensively and defensively. Tonight, offensively, he was spectacular, right? We saw him make a couple threes in a row, had a couple step back threes that looked really good, looked great from a 3-level scoring. So if he can improve the defensive side of it, where he's not getting exposed, where he's not getting hunted by players that are completely better on the offensive end, right? That's going to be huge for him.
Because even Doug Christie said in one of his many interviews during training camp is, in order to be on the court, you have to play defense. So we'll see if he sticks with that claim. But I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Speaking of age, too, do you guys know how old Drew Eubanks is?
I'm gonna guess he's 27.
28.
28? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
But same age as us.
Still.
We gotta have Drew Eubanks on the pod.
Yes, hitting his peak. I think he has a lot of potential to do. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we're gonna need defense out of Zach.
For sure. And we saw some, but yeah.
We know what he brings offensively. He is who we thought he is, right? But we need to see efforts against better teams.
We just need better team defense, because we could get into it now. The same theme of not scoring a lot of threes and allowing so many threes. We made
ball
10.
Watching.
Yes, we made 10. They made 20. we need better team defense, better communication to the switches, because there was a lot of time Schroeder was one step too slow. We kept making the joke that, is he still jet lagged from the flight from Germany? Like, we don't know, but Schroeder did have some good plays, but there was a lot of times where it just looked like he was like one step too late, and it looked like he just wasn't communicating well enough on the defensive end, like when he was like asking for a switch, when he was going to die on a screen, that sort of thing. But I think just team defense is like, that's the main thing, because I think the individuality of defense per player is going to be there, because like all the players have been saying, like guys like Keon and Keegan, like it inspires us to get down on defense, but it's like a team effort thing where it's like they need to communicate better, because there was countless times where there were so many open shots tonight, and you're just like, how do we keep letting this happen? But that was one of the many bad things that we saw tonight.
Yeah, and not only from the perimeter too, right? There were times where guys would just be able to. There was no help defense when the Raptors were driving inside. Nope. No, there was none. And so you almost kind of have to view it as you have to help on defense. You can't just let a guy like open a lane, because there were too many times tonight where we saw, whether it was Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett had a couple that were there. Grady Dick had one that was where he drove and got an easy lane to the basket. So even Jacoby Walter was getting some easy points in the paint too. So not only is it from the perimeter, but when you give up easy points in the paint, that also just will allow your defense to really be in scramble mode the entire time. Because if you're overcommitting and over gambling, that leads to a drive inside the basket or an open three. So again, the team defense, just communicating on defense, rotating. There were some good moments defensively. I'm not going to discredit them. They didn't play. I don't think they played an F game defensively, but I'd say it's more of like a C- in that particular way.
I think it's just we need to find a way how to play good defense for an entire game, because we're a team of glimpses of shooting well. That's parts in the game, glimpses of getting deflections and steals, but as a whole, like that's what we're gonna be hopefully not struggling with. But I mean, obviously it's preseason. We're just analyzing what we saw, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that, Doug Christie's going to be up all night about for sure.
Easy buckets are momentum shifters, like you said, RT. So it gives the other team so much confidence. And we saw so many back cuts, right, where people are just ball watching instead of helping, right? Whether they were
Keegan got caught on one.
Yeah, plowed into, and I know he's a young player, new to the league, but yeah, we can't just ball watch. And if you're the helper, you got to talk, you got to watch your guy. And we saw so many times where the team just got an easy bucket from a back door, and then that leads to confidence. And it's okay to get away with in preseason, but I'm glad the guys got this on film. They could look it over, because you got to learn from stuff like that.
No, I think there's a lot to learn from this game. Let's go back to the good, because the best part of the game was the end. And like our good pal, local guy, and how all of us feel, we just want to see the young guys play. We want to see the Rooks. We want to see our younger half of the team, and we saw some incredible things from the three rookies. Let's start off. We saw great things from Nick Clifford, 10 points, 9 assists. A lot of those assists went to Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell.
I'm loving the initials DC right now. I'm loving those initials.
Yeah,
I'm loving them.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I think we woke up Cristo's neighbors when we stood up on that first dunk.
Oh,
I think we did.
My God.
On that dunk from Cardwell, we went crazy. It felt like an earthquake.
Yeah, we probably should have closed the windows, but we didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, Dylan Cardwell, welcome to the NBA. Hopefully we could. I mean, this opens the conversation, because Isaac Jones didn't have a good game tonight. There wasn't really much to see about Isaac Jones's play, and he is with the second unit currently in all the training camp and what we saw tonight. But Dylan Cardwell subbed in for Isaac Jones at the 4. So now we're thinking, okay, could Dylan Cardwell potentially be that backup power forward? Because my God, he looked great. He looked great.
And he looks like he has an NBA body. Pause. But RT, you had your eye on him in college. What are the things you kind of saw from his time in Auburn?
Yeah, well, I was even from the summer league, right? We all kind of stem it back to the summer league. He was a guy that was really, really underrated and under the radar. What I really like about Dylan Cardwell is that he is a very good at the dunker spot, right? That is a big spot right there, where he just lives and dies by the alley-oops. He's able to catch oops really well, and even on the defensive side of the ball, right? He was very much, when we talk about Janai Broome and Dylan Cardwell, they ran a lot of high-low offense there on Auburn, and when you can play defensively, Dylan Cardwell, right? He was very good at being a very much contested. He can contest really well. And you saw it tonight. There was even moments where he went on the perimeter and guarded one of the Raptors guys that was trying to shoot a three, and he contested it. So
he can move the puppies.
Yeah, he can move. The puppies, he can move. No, he's great. And I think like that, he also pretty much, like, you can also tell from Summer League to now that he lost a little bit of weight because he looks a lot more agile than he did a couple months ago. So that does help out a little bit too. But yeah, what I really like about Dylan Cardwell is he is really good at the dunker spot. And
dude,
he is
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon-esque.
Yeah. Very
we need to make a new meme, because you know how there's the Charizard with Jokic, Sengun, and Sabonis? Aaron Gordon, one other person, and then Dylan Cardwell. We'll figure out, if you're still watching, leave in the comments who is that middle person in the dunker spot. But Aaron Gordon is the goat of the dunker spot. Dylan Cardwell is the baby right now. But
I have one.
See.
I have one in mind.
Bring it up.
How about Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, I like
That's
that comparison.
Actually pretty good.
Because you know what?
Different body type, though.
Aaron Gordon 6'8", Dylan Cardwell 6'11". Similar to Mitchell Robinson. He's 6'11", and he plays so much smaller, right? Because he's such a big body and he's such a great dunker and he's great in the paint. He's 6'11".
I was actually shocked to hear that.
Yeah.
I said Mitchell Robinson. I was like, oh, that's kind of a different body type than Aaron Gordon, and
he's bulkier.
But
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
No, I mean, we were just astonished by what we saw from Dylan Cardwell. Yeah, it was against the third unit versus third unit, but still, this guy's undrafted. These guys, there's something about the undrafted guys. There's so many that have success in the league. Can Dylan Cardwell be that guy?
Yep.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And he was coming off the bench during Summer League, and he never really got a lot of shine until tonight, right? And I've always said it earlier. When we talk in our group chat, obviously Dylan Cardwell was a guy that was like, man, you guys need to really watch out for Dylan Cardwell, because he is such a good defender inside the paint. Not really, when you can tell, like, it doesn't always come to blocks, right? It's always contesting. So he did a really good job of contesting shots tonight, and then just being a very good dunker. Those are two good things.
He had 3 dunks tonight.
Yeah.
How much bigger of a team we are if we had Cardwell at the 4, Keegan at the 3? You know, that just gives us so much size in that front court position. I mean, I know it's early, and I know the preseason's young, but if Cardwell can pan out and be a legitimate player for us this year, him playing next to Sabonis, I think will be amazing for him, because he'll get so many easy shots from him.
I mean, obviously it's just one, 8-minute spurt that we're talking about.
Right. But we're Kings fans.
But like hypothetically, like if Dylan Cardwell were to pan out, and yes, he play and then just slid, because that's all we really need is Keegan to slide to the 3. Then that just opens up so many opportunities for our team. But will Dylan be the guy? Let us know what you think, because we were cheering up and down for Dylan Cardwell.
His career is already better than Marvin Bagley's at this point. After one preseason game, I think it's safe to say Cardwell's career trajectory is better than Marvin Bagley's.
I stand with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that too. Love that too.
Thank you, guys.
That's huge.
Marvin Bagley did have one career-saving moment in the playoffs when they were getting swept. He had like 17 points and he didn't miss a field goal. But
I'm still taking Cardwell.
I'm still picking Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan Cardwell, baby. Come on, guys.
No, I'm really excited to see what he could do. Obviously, he's probably going to spend a lot of time in the G League, but that's a good thing. We want him to keep on developing. So I'm really excited to see if, we have 3 more preseason games left. Let's see if Doug Christie will maybe implement him with a different unit, We'll I bet you he had to have been thrilled.
I think it motivates all the young guys on the team. Seeing an undrafted player, not really on the radar, come out and light things up. And he was obviously the most exciting part of the night. We'll talk about Clifford, later on, who had a great night as well. But I think all the young guys need to look at him, and he gave us another, burst of juice. But if he plays like that all preseason, it's hard not to give him playing time in the regular season. Yeah. If he mimics that, all the games that we have in the preseason, he deserves it.
No, yeah, the minutes are earned, and that's how you get them. But it was nice to see the bench just embracing him. Like, they were hyped. And, it was for the starters' performance, it wasn't the greatest. They went down 25. But then these third stringers, they brought the team back, and then the big guys, they were all cheering the young guys on, and I was glad to see that. I was glad to see that the vibes were good, even though what the product that was on the floor before the third unit was out there wasn't the most fun to watch.
We got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, we've all heard, you don't even got to be a fan of the Kings. I mean, you probably are, but we've all heard that the training camp's the hardest. Drew Eubanks said it's the hardest in his career. So we know the guys are gassed. So
Dennis Schroeder looked exhausted.
They're tired.
We have to talk about Dennis Schroeder. What was RT? What's the new name? What's the nickname?
Step slow Schroeder.
We don't want that nickname to stick.
I don't want that.
He's jet lagged and he's going right into DC's training camp where he's running him to the ground. That's tough.
I know.
That's tough. But I mean, yeah, we could still critique them, but it's like we just got to keep in the back of our head how tired these guys are and how much Doug Christie's running them.
And remember, it's only the preseason. So
we got a DM on the Ken Gang Bot Instagram during the game. Some guy, I didn't check the name, but he said DeRozan's washed.
Wow. Saying that in preseason.
I was like, this is just so funny because, DeRozan didn't look good tonight because I don't think DeRozan... I'm just shocked he's even playing in preseason.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of guys that are on the tail end of their careers that don't play in preseason, but DeRozan, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to get some cardio in, but he was not looking to score at all, which was very interesting because it led to Keegan Murray having way more of an offensive load. But, I thought that was a very funny...
Yeah, I think that's
take on the game. I thought that was a funny.
I think that's a Doug call for sure. I think if it was up to DeRozan, he wouldn't have played. But I think Doug wants these guys to build chemistry on the court together. So I like it. I know you're 36, but we want to win as a fan base, and we need you to gel with the other four starters if we want to compete. And
it's all about ball movement too, right? I think one of the highlights that I saw, especially with that starting unit, especially in the first quarter, they moved the ball really well. There were multiple times where DeRozan was making that extra pass to either Levine or Keegan, and that's just consistently ball movement. I think Doug Christie really talked about that a lot in training camp, right? Was the big thing with him was just moving the ball beautifully, right? And that was kind of the thing that we saw, especially in that first quarter, where ball movement was looking really good, right? So I think that's a huge thing that I think Doug Christie is really harping on with the starters is making that extra pass, moving the ball movement. It's not this ISO, you turn, I turn game that we're seeing, that we saw a little bit of it last year when Levine and DeRozan were together, but it's all about ball movement, right? So that's the huge thing. And I think tonight really showed that DeRozan is a guy that can make that extra pass, move the ball around, but he still can get his. And I think the next game will be a little bit different, obviously, where he will have a moment where he got his, right? Last season where he played against Golden State, he looked unconscious.
He'll get his.
He'll get his.
He will still do that. It's a breath of fresh air to see that he's willing to get the others involved.
Exactly.
And I think that, in the very beginning of the game, I was like, wow, they're all passing. I mean, everyone's touching the ball in this possession.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's ball movement. It's ball movement, really.
And I think that's also like a Dennis Schroeder impact too, because, Dennis was saying, like, I'm coming here to get everyone touches, So I'm like, that's, even though he was a step late on defense, he was... On offense, there were some glimpses of like, okay, it's nice to have a guy that could actually, bring up the ball. Let's talk about Keon Ellis a little bit because Keon had a highlight in the first quarter. John, do you want to read what I wrote? Yep. It's in caps, right there.
Keon put Dick on ground.
Pause. He did. Grady Dick. Sorry, but you can't guard Keon. Keon said he was going to work on shooting off the dribble. First play of the game when he comes in, oh my God, little
Hezzy step back three,
beautiful
4-point play. Obviously, he didn't convert the free throw, but like,
hey, that's fine.
That's fine. That's a great 3-point foul.
No, it was so nice. Yeah, it's nice.
Take
to see
that.
Keon.
Are you kidding me?
Keon knows what's brewing in February with a potential contract extension.
Yep.
So he knows what he has to do. He knows that he's going to be extremely valuable. So it was good to see him with that second unit, which was a little interesting. It was him, Malik, Neek, Isaac Jones, and Drew Eubanks. What are your thoughts on that second unit?
I think it's an interesting second unit.
And at one point, sorry to cut you off, but Schroeder, Malik, and Keon all played together at one point too. It was brief.
And then it was Isaac Jones, and then I think it was either Eubanks or Sabonis. I was one of the two.
Yeah, I think Isaac and Sabonis shared the court at some point too. But
so, yeah, that's just an interesting rotation, especially for that second unit.
Because you could see how Neek carries the ball when he's with the third unit, but with the second unit, he
wasn't really much
gets
involved.
he gets no touches, But with the third unit, he ends up with 9 assists. So it's going to be an interesting figuring out how to make the second unit work. I don't know. I just had a lot of questions, so I'm curious what you guys.
So I mean,
saw.
Keon played great. Had a lot of he ran some point guard in the game. Ended with 0 assists. And it's tough when Keon's expected to play this point guard role for us. I didn't like him playing the point guard for us tonight. I think he did great overall. I think his offense looked good. I don't know if he can play point guard for us and we can be successful in the regular season. Something I saw with that unit as well is we really could use a jolt of energy, right? And there's someone, multi-time All-Star, former MVP, that is still unsigned. That I think, seriously, I'm not saying it just because it's a meme and he's still unsigned, but Russell Westbrook would help our second unit tremendously, not just with energy, but actually being an experienced point guard to set these guys up and put them in positions. And we saw that with the Nuggets, is that he doesn't necessarily need to be a ball hog all the time, right? He can facilitate. Braun was eating when he was on the court with him. All these players, Strother was eating. So Russ can really help our second unit, and I think we should really consider signing him. What do you guys think?
What's holding the team back from doing it, you think?
I think
why has it not happened?
Yeah, I just want to ask.
It could be a money situation.
I don't have the books in front of me right now, but is it that's why I assume it's not why it hasn't happened yet.
If the interest is there and we can do it without going over the cap, I don't know why we wouldn't. I really don't know why.
But I'm just there's been almost 7 days of training camp. Why would you wait to bring him? Wouldn't you want him there?
Right.
I feel like if it were to happen, it would have happened already.
Right.
But
he's also a vet, and
I think everyone would love to have him.
Yeah.
We all said we want we're buying that jersey.
Yeah.
Of course,
I'll take it.
But it's what I would want
I don't
him.
know what the situation is.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But also it hasn't happened with 29 other teams. So that's why they're
Right.
there has to be something else going on.
It's got to be the right fit. We're the only few fits that Russ can actually come into, in my opinion, where we don't really have a true backup point guard. We need a jolt of energy. Malik's great. Keon is great, but we need someone to kind of bring those guys together, I think.
But I think it would be an even bigger logjam with Westbrook, Malik, Keon, Neek. That's a very small.
Devin Carter.
That's just
so many guards.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably why it didn't happen, because of the logjam, and we would have had to move off of probably Devin or Malik in order to bring in Russell, I think. And I think he sees that too. He's like, well, it's going to be an interesting fit just because of the amount of guards we have.
I think that's what it comes down to for sure, is how does this franchise value Devin Carter? Right.
I don't know. I saw some
quarter
great things.
what did he come in?
He came in at the end of the third, which was a surprise.
So you're playing your backup point guard in the first preseason game. You're not bringing him in until the end of the third quarter.
Well, technically, Devin Carter is still with the third unit in the training camp, and he's fighting for the backup. He's fighting to be the two. The backup
point guard. Yeah.
So
right.
So he's technically the third, and that's why he came in.
What I'm saying is, there's no logjam if Carter's not in the picture. I think Russ, Keon, and Malik could be a good second unit with Devin Carter out of the picture. And I think Russ has shown in his older years he doesn't need to score. He's not going to put up all these shots. He can facilitate and get Monk and Ellis good shots because he can still penetrate the lane. He still gives effort on defense. He still rebounds. I think he could give us some good energy if we sign him. And I think he could fill in right away.
So you're saying bring in Westbrook, don't play Carter?
I want the franchise to be clear if they value Carter or not. We saw him in the trade. We saw him in the trade rumors with Golden State. He was thrown. We don't know if they value Carter or not. We see him in rumors all the time, and then we see the game tonight where he comes in late in the third. So it's
I like what I saw from him though.
For sure.
Tonight it looked like a completely different player than last.
For sure, but you need to give Devin Carter confidence, right? I feel like you need to bring him in earlier in the game. In my opinion,
I think so too. I was a little shocked.
I kind of wish he came in the second half of the third quarter. So
or just maybe cycle him in with the second unit. Just
that's why I was saying. That's what I was saying. Come in with that second. And I understand preseason's preseason, right? And people are still trying to figure out minutes. But I would have loved to see Devin Carter have some run. Maybe in the next game we'll have a chance to see that with Portland. But again, I really kind of want to see. This probably might be the chance where Devin Carter does play with that second unit and is the backup guard. So, and you'll probably face against tougher competition. We'll see how he looks from there.
A backup point guard is so critical for a successful team.
Yeah, definitely. But like the thing is, like, it brings up the same question: Devin, Malik, Keon, Neek, Eubanks. I mean, that's a very, very small. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that it's the same.
I mean,
it's the same issue with Westbrook.
I guess Russ is a much bigger body than Devin Carter.
Definitely,
much bigger body, and he's a vet who's shown he can. He's a former MVP.
Of course.
I mean, you're a backup point guard, former backup point guard yourself. I think you would know, right?
No, I do. I'm just saying.
You were a very successful backup point guard
Thank
too.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Cordova, what's up? 2015 team upset alert.
Ooh.
Yeah, come on, Jordan Robertson. If you're watching this, take a hike, buddy.
Whoa!
But I mean, Cree was a great backup point guard in high school. I would hope he gets behind this Russ.
No, I completely understand. I completely understand the value of having an experienced backup point guard. Of course. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think it's just a logjam issue. I think that's going to be the theme of the whole year, until one of them gets moved, or
someone steps up.
Yeah. So that's just what it's going to be, I think. But
I think it's more so me wanting clarity versus wanting Russ.
Of course.
I want a second unit where I say, these guys are dogs. And I could picture Russ in it. I'm not saying Devin Carter can't be it, but I want the Kings to believe Devin Carter can be it. I think that's what I'm saying.
I think the Kings believe in Nick Clifford, that's for sure.
Let's talk about Nick Clifford.
Dude, that guy's got vision. That guy's got WandaVision. That guy's got 20/20. He didn't even have LASIK. Whew. He's looking... I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Nick Clifford. We loved what we saw from him in Las Vegas. He didn't even play roulette, but he hit the jackpot. This guy. Scott Perry. Thank you for bringing Andrei Stojakovic's worst enemy and Nick Clifford to this team. Thank you so much. We are so honored. We're so honored to have them.
Oh man, 1, 2, 3. We hit the jackpot on 3 rookies.
I love the young guys. They're
so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
it's hard not to root for them. And I think as a fan base, if the roster construction was a little different, this would be a really fun team to just get behind.
Yeah, play the young guys.
I know.
Shout out the local guy tweet. This if the second half showed us anything, so we got to play the young guys because they're fun to watch.
So much fun to watch.
They're fun to watch and they can compete. If we're gonna be below 500, which is where everyone's projecting us, might as well be fun while we do it.
It would, unfortunately, it would take, injuries or trades in order for them to get the minutes that we would like to see from them. But
in a perfect world, our starters flourish and our young guys are able to contribute off the bench. That's the perfect world.
That's the perfect world. Yes. The realistic world is that most likely we're going to have a lot of issues with the starting unit, and then we're going to maybe pray that these guys are going to... Yeah, I mean,
I might become a Stockton Kings season ticket holder if they all stay down there.
Hey, it would be
209. I'll be willing to go make those drives happen.
I'm going to RT's old frat.
We were invited to go, remember?
Yeah, we were.
RT's old frat house in Stockton.
Yeah.
Is not too far from us.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Which one? Dude, you still got the invite to the party, right?
Yeah, I did. I got an invite to the homecoming alumni party, and then
you heard it here.
Yeah, it was this Friday, but I'm not going because of other obligations. But
if another one comes up during the G League season,
you
better believe we're seeing Neek. We're seeing
Neek's not.
We're seeing Max, right?
Most likely,
yeah,
and
Dylan Cardwell,
and I'm calling the plug.
I know which plug you're not talking about for season tickets, but we're not going to name drop that name.
Oh no, we don't talk about this.
We're not talking about him.
We don't talk about this.
That's not the plug. That's not the plug.
No.
Okay, another news. Johnny has started a new Instagram account. It's called POV Sacktown. Sacramento or POV Sacktown?
POV Sacktown. Just like how it's spelled.
POV Sacktown.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, can you tell the viewers what you purchased today and what you plan on doing for the city?
Yeah. So I just thought, the Sacramento community really needed someone to give them that experience to new restaurants, new experiences in general, whether it's a sporting event, whether it's a farmer's market, whether it's a festival, but give you the full POV experience. So I got some Meta glasses today, and I figured I have so much fun in this community. I want everyone to see what I see, people from Sacramento and people who aren't from Sacramento, and I want to give them a perspective. So I'm going to wear some Meta glasses and go to new coffee shops around town, new restaurants, new events that are happening, and give people a perspective of how fun Sacramento really is. And I want to take you guys along for the ride.
I have a challenge for you, Johnny.
Okay.
I want you to get out of your comfort zone with this. I don't want to see you going to necessarily the places that you would normally go. Coffee shops, yes. Why don't you go to like a goat yoga class, doing some yoga with some goats jumping on you. Do some things that like you wouldn't typically do. Oh, walking through McKinley. Yeah, you do that every day. Why don't you try going to the Crocker Art Museum? Try going stuff that you don't typically do, because I think people want to see a variety of what Sacramento has to offer.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the food scene, impeccable here.
Absolutely.
You got to show that. But
yeah.
also show like the underground stuff that not many people know about.
Absolutely.
What me and RT don't know about.
Right. There's no limits to this
Show
page.
the world, Jono.
There's no limits
Show
to this
the
page.
world.
There's no limits.
Hey,
where I go, my sunglasses are going, and you're going to be able to see it.
So if you're
POV
interested in
Sacktown
that,
in the description.
follow that account. Follow that account. The real ones that are still listening.
Sunny,
follow that account.
rain, snow, sun. He'll be there
I'll be there.
in the glasses.
The glasses are right Friday. The first video will drop.
Saturday.
Whoa. Okay, he's
Depending on
locked
how
in.
quick they're delivered.
All
They're
right.
delivered in the day.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I never know with Amazon.
No, I'm excited to see what you're going to do, Jono. I'm very excited for what you're going to
Excited.
see.
Let's go.
I'm excited. I mean, I do it anyway. So I want to,
It's like something you already do. You might as well.
exactly.
Might as well.
Exactly.
And we love a good Jono voiceover.
We do.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We do. I want to
Yeah,
talk
we
to the
do.
people,
Yeah,
I
we
love
do.
solo dates. Everyone should love a good solo date.
Oh yeah.
I have a girlfriend. Michelle's lovely, but as an individual, a solo date's important. So maybe I'll take you guys
Independent
Crocker
is
Art
good.
Show, Crocker Art Museum, take you to see a movie. Just
Oh, you might get into some legal trouble if you show a movie.
not show the movie, but everything leading up to it, right?
Yes.
But yeah,
kidding.
come enjoy the ride.
No, I'm joined.
I'll be,
I'm subscribed.
I'll be a little teaser. The Kings preseason game Wednesday against the Clippers is going to be one of the upcoming posts. So
All right, I have
I'm going
one
to wear the
challenge for
Meta
you.
glasses to the preseason game.
I have one more challenge for you. At that preseason game, you need to go to the tunnel and get some high fives.
Oh, I am.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. If Deuce and Mo are there, I'm gonna dap them up.
Yeah,
too.
dap them up. Get the players. Maybe get something signed. Might as well throw it in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
What kind of challenges do you have for him at the preseason game? I'm excited to see Jono do this.
Let's do
And
it.
and the reason why I brought it up because I want us and the people out there to keep him accountable to do it because we want to see it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We want him.
Dude.
We want him. No, we're rooting. We're
rooting. We're
for
rooting.
Ford.
We're rooting.
So
I know it's
we're
something I can
using
do.
our platform that we have to
Absolutely.
let everyone know that we want to see Jono's content.
POV Sacktown. People want to see not just me. People want to see Sacramento through a different lens. I think so too.
That's what your bio should be. Sacramento through a different lens.
I love that. See, this is.
I can't wait for Saturday. The first video is
I
going to drop.
cannot wait.
Go, Jono.
go. Let's go.
Get your reposts up on Instagram. Follow the account.
Leave a
Follow the
comment.
account.
Leave a
and
comment. Yeah.
just enjoy the ride because I'm excited for you.
I'm
Johnny.
excited.
You want
I'm
to see what
excited.
these puppies see.
Yes.
He's
You
got
wanna
good
see him.
vision.
He's got great
Got
vision.
great vision.
Life is different through Johnny's lens.
Let's go.
RT, you got anything? You got anything big?
No, just been busy with shows. Just busy.
Fantasy trades?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Talk about it.
Oh,
Talk about it really
yeah.
quick.
Hey, we won't
Oh,
name drop who
yeah.
got
Oh,
fleeced in our
yeah.
fantasy
Oh,
league,
yeah.
but who'd you end up with, RT?
Talk about it.
I end up with CMC. I end up with CMC.
Wow.
I end up CMC. Well, it was a 6-person trade, so 3 and 3.
You probably had to give up some pieces, right? Some guys that are producing this year, like some great numbers.
I gave up Jamar Chase. I gave up Josh Jacobs, and I gave up Michael Carter for Christian McCaffrey, AJ Brown, and Chris Godwin. So that's I honestly I feel really happy with that. That's definitely a good move that I made too. So
I mean, CMC.
CMC's him. Like,
That's a legendary chest in Fortnite.
Yeah, it is.
That's with a gold spaz coming out.
Yes.
That is huge. And AJ Brown's gonna have he's coming
AJ
back.
Brown will bounce back. I think that's also a big thing too. I made a lot of trades. I made a trade with you. Yesterday.
Drake London for Roma Dunze.
Yeah, very
one
even,
for one.
Yeah, very even trade.
Yeah.
Made another trade. in another league. This has been a weird week because I haven't made a lot of trades this year, except for this week really. I ended up giving up Chase Brown for Mike Evans. When he comes back, he's going to be really good with targets. So, I'm kind of excited. I feel like I pretty much feel really good about all 3 trades that I made, especially this trade right here. I felt like it was very fair on both sides.
GMTs.
So, yeah.
Add that to the resume. GM.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm crushing it right now in fantasy right now.
Good. I'm proud of you.
I'm above 500 in most of my leagues. So, I'll take it.
Awesome. Yeah,
So
week
life
6.
is good.
It's the time to make
life
trades.
is good.
Yeah, life's good. Life's good, man.
Life's good when you fleece Matt Lyon. You know what I mean?
There's the name drop. We were waiting for it. We didn't really talk about the bad too much of the game, but I think we all know what the bad was.
Perimeter defense.
It's because it's the same thing.
Same
Same thing. But I think you hit the nail on the coffin.
Wow, great analogy.
You know why? Because this game was taped. They could watch it back and they could.
I thought you meant like it was pre-recorded, like Vegas pre-recorded it.
Oh no!
It's on tape. Yes.
Jonte Porter doesn't play for the Raptors anymore. We don't have to worry about that.
Malik Beasley got to worry about.
Whoa!
Oh.
Yeah, he's not. Is he not signed?
I think they said the Lakers are showing interest or something.
That's crazy that he.
I have no clue.
Are showing interest.
He was about to get a bag too.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stay away from the gambling if you're a professional athlete. I know there's a lot of professional athletes that watch this, so I thought I had to, give a disclaimer. But
leave the gambling to us.
Yeah,
leave the gambling to the guys.
RT was betting on the preseason game.
No, I didn't know.
Jeez.
No, I
making
did
a
not.
joke.
Oh, man.
RT pulled up his fantasy. I'm like, RT, you're not betting on the preseason.
There were lines. There were lines in the preseason game.
There
No, that's
were.
the worst thing you could bet on is any sports
Don't do that.
I
preseason.
cannot do it.
Volatile lines. Volatile lines.
Cannot do it.
That would
Can't
be
do it.
so funny.
Can't do it.
I did it for the NFL. I can't do it for basketball.
Nah, that's some stuff T-Money would do, but we're not. We're not.
Wow.
A lot of name drops this episode.
That's fine. That's
a lot
fine.
of name
That
drops.
is so fine.
Preseason game 1 in the books. We're overreacting. We're underreacting. Whatever. We're liking what we see. We're hating what we see. But we're freaking back, boys.
We're so bad.
We're back.